Hello, blessed people. How have you all been doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be making a tutorial on how I make a beautiful ball dress gown for our baby. So we'll be making use of nets. We'll be making use of the fabric of your desired fabric. We'll be making use of lining and also the doll face. So now let us cut. So in this part, I'm so sorry, I don't know that my camera did not cover it well. So what I did here was just to take my armhole. I took the armhole of the baby first, which is 5.5. Then I take the length, the top length, which is 11 inches. So that was what I did in this part. So after that, the baby's measurement is not that big, so I just I took out 7 inches for both the actual measurement and the seam allowance. So my fabric was folded into two. Then I did, after cutting out the measurements, after drafting it out, then I'm going to cut it out. So I'm going to do the same thing for the back part. Remember, our fabric is being folded in two places, and I'm going to be leaving some inches for the zipper allowance. In this part, you can decide how many inches that you want to use, but in my own, I will be using 1 inch for the zip allowance. You can use 1.5, you can use 2 inches. So after I have drafted it out, there is this design at the front part of the gown. So that's what I'm trying to cut out in this part. I measured 3 inches for the depthness. So I'm measuring this on the front fabric and not on the back fabric. Are you getting it? So after I have done that, then I'm going to cut it out. It is after I have cut this out then I'm going to cut the neck line. So in yours, you can decide to cut the neckline first before cutting that part out. So after I have cut that part out, then I'm taking my measurement, my neck measurement. So for the front part, I use 2 inches by 2 inches, and for the back part, I use 2 inches by 1 inches. You know, it is for children, so the neck must not be too open. So after that, then I'm going to cut it out. So do you know this fabric that I firstly cut out from the front part? I'm going to replace it on the fabric that I want to use. So in this part, if you know you want to replace it, make sure that you are leaving about half inch before cutting. So it is that same fabric that I use, that is what I'm going to be using to turn it again. So that is why I cut out that fabric in 2 places. I believe you understand what I'm trying to explain. So after that, it is that same fabric that I cut out that I'm going to join to the part that I cut it out from. So after I have joined it, remember to cut out your lining. Even if you don't want to use lining, you can decide to use the same doll face that you use, but in my own case, I will be using the same doll face. So that's what I'm going to do. So now we are going towards to the cutting table, but before going to the cutting table, then you have to move to your sleeves cutting. How to cut your sleeve. So in this way, the round armhole measurement of the baby is 10. So what I did here was to divide it by 2 plus 2 inches, making 7. I fold it into 2, then the length of it is 10. So I firstly cut that part off before trimming the edges. Can you see what I'm trying to do in this part? Kids wear, there is no paparazzi like that. So you just trim it the way I've just trimmed it. Then you will know that no matter how you trim it, you will still get the exact armhole measurement. So that was why I added 2 inches before cutting. Assuming I just cut out 5 inches folded in 5 folded into 2 by 10 inches, it will be short of the armhole. So I have cut out the lining also. I used the doll face to cut out the lining. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to place this like this. This is the front part. So front facing front like this. Then I'm going to sew it. So having done that, you have to knot. This is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take one out of it, place it on it like this. Then I'll turn it to the other side. Then I'll take the second one also. Then I'll place it like so. So then I'm going to sew it. So this is how it looks like. Can you see? Both sides are neat. So you are the one that would now decide, maybe you want to use this side or you want to use the second part, since it is the same thing. So that is that for the front part. So now I'm coming to the back part. So the back part, I'm just going to place it on each other, right side facing right side, like so. Then so this is the neckline, and this part also. Then you do the same thing for the second one. So also you take it to your ironing table and iron. You take it to your ironing table and iron. You can decide to notch this part. You can decide to notch the neckline before turning it like that. So just so the next thing for us to do now is to turn it with the front part. You know, this is the front part. This is the front part. So you are going to put your put the back side on it. So when putting the back side, for example, this is the front, this is the back piece, right? But at the back piece, you know, there is a place that you want to be out and another place will be inside. So this part is the front part that I want to be outside, while this one is the back part that I want to be inside. So after you've gotten that one, then you are now going to place it on this way, knowing fully well that if you sew this part and you turn it like this, you are going to have your zip at the middle part. But if you place it like this on this one and you go and turn it, you can see what I'm trying to explain in this part. So for the beginners, that's why I'm doing this tutorial, so you can understand better. So you know, I've put this like this on it. Then I'm going to I'll firstly take this one, then this is the second one, then I'll join it with the first one of the front parts. Just look at it very well, you understand again, you understand better. So having done that, this is the second part, then I'm going to bring it to join this part. So instead of you just taking it to your machine and sew all through, so I'm just going to join it together like that. Make sure it rhymes at the upper part. So if you know that you do not get this method, you can just sew it like that all through, but I prefer this method. So this is what I'm talking about. You can see. So we're going to do the same thing for the second part. So now this is it. So the next thing for us to do now is to fix our sleeve. Fix your sleeve. You can decide to do every other thing before fixing the sleeve, but I quickly want to make a tutorial on how to fix, how to make a ruffles, net ruffles on your sleeve. So now to cut the net that we'll be using for our sleeve, this is it. You firstly secure the edges. Make sure that the edges are together. So you now decide the length, the measurement you want to be using. But for me here, I will be using 6 inches. So this is 1.5 yard of a net. Then after I have gathered the upper parts, then I fold it like this into two. This is the length I will be using, but I want to cut it in two places. So I fold it like that. Then I'm going to cut it off. So having done that, then I'm going to know that I'll be using one for one sleeve and the other for the second sleeve. So to get your ruffles, fold it into two. I use 6 inches. You fold it into two like this, then you sew it all through. For this sleeve, you can decide to make it fuller. It all depends on your choice. So, but I don't want mine to be that full. But if it is fuller, it will be very beautiful. Any kids and children dress, they are beautiful. So you just take it like that. Make sure the part you sew is in the middle, so that the sewed one will not be showing. So assuming you still want to put net, you can still put net to this part. You can just be doing it like that, but I just prefer it. I want it to be at the baby's wrist, just like so. That's what I want, and I've gotten the effect that I needed. So I've already done the same thing for the second sleeve. So what I'm going to do now is to come back to this one. I will be putting net also. I will be adding net at this part. So my net has already been cut out. This is 7 inches by 60. 7 inches by length 60. I cut it out in two places. So you can decide to pleat the two together. Once you can decide to do that, and you can just join this edge and be pleating it one after the other. But me, I'll be putting it together. Then I'll be sewing it together with each other. So what I'm going to do now is to take it like this, secure, and just sew it like how I did for the sleeve. So I'm just going to take it down. So after that, then I'm going to form my ruffles on this part. So this is it. It is two. So you now be bringing it out like so. So this is the purpose of not joining it at the sides. Can you see? So it can form what you so desire. What you so desire. So that is it for the front part. I'm still going to cut out the part that is, just do it well. So the next thing for us to do now is to fix our sleeves. This is the front part, front facing front. I prefer fixing my my this thing, what's it called, my sleeve. I prefer fixing it like this instead of joining it in another way. This one is easier. So after I've gotten the notched area, I'm going to place it on this part also. Place it like this. Then I am going to sew. So blessed people, if you have not subscribed to my channel and you've been enjoying this video, kindly do well to subscribe. Also, like, comment, and share. So when I get to this part, I'm just going to flip it over. Flip it like that. And you see that it is very simple. So I have joined the sides. So the next thing that I want to explain now is the step by step on how to fix your lining, the shiny face, the nets, and any fabric that you want to be using. So now let me take it step by step. This is the fabric that I'll be using to gather, and also the lining that I'll be using to gather. I have already hemmed it all at the down part, and this is the shiny face, and also this is the nets that I will be using, so that it's going to have a fuller effect. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my what's it called, office pin, to explain. So you are going to first put your fabric, the fabric you want to use, you are going to first put it, then you gather everything on it. You gather as you are sewing it, you just be gathering it, you'll be gathering it, you'll be gathering it till you finish that. And also you can decide to use another method. You're going to take your needle and thread, start from one end, just be taking it in, out, in, out, in, out. After that, then you now pull it. Then after you've pulled it, you are going to take the measurement of this one, I mean the measurement like this. Then you, assuming you've pulled it, and you have put your pin in, out, and the measurement is measuring 22 inches or 12 inches. Just take the measurement, the exact measurement of this one. But for me, I prefer gathering. So what I'm going to do now is to bring this like this, and I'm going to what, I'm going to start gathering. I'll gather everything till I have exhausted the whole fabric. Can you see how long it is? So the fuller you are going to get a full effect. I mean the longer clothes that you have, so you are going to get the effect. So after you've done this, let's assume now that I have gathered this on this. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring out my doll face. You can use shiny face, but this one is doll face. This is the end part that I said I have in. Then you now what, you are now going to bring it on it also. You bring it on it like this, then you now what, then you now gather. Remember, our fabric is facing us, I mean it is at the upper part. So you are going to place this, you gather the fabric that you want to use, you place the, what's it called, doll face, you place it, then you gather it. So after you've done that, the next thing for you to do now is now to place your what, your net. So if you've now gathered your net like this, let's assume I've gathered all this. So after I've done that, then I'm not going to take my lining. Instead of me to put my lining on it like that, you know, normally that's how we're supposed to put it, but we want our work to be very neat. Instead of me to put it like that, then I'm not going to bring the clothes up like this. I'll bring it up, so the wrong part will be facing up. Then every other ones that I've gathered, you just sweep everything inside. So after that, then you will now bring your lining, then you now place it like this, then you gather it also. After you've now done that, then you now use it to turn this part. I believe you can see what I'm trying to explain. So this is how it is now going to be. Instead of it to be
shooking the baby inside. It won't. This lining has already covered that part. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to gather everything. Then I'll come back to show you how I fix my zip. Thank you for watching.
So my people, this is the final look. This is the final result. Check it out. Look at the sleeves. This is the sleeve part and this is the front part that I used. Can you see how beautiful it is? Thank you.